Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Hugo Quintanilla here. Doing things a little bit different. No open house today, but I did want to talk to you about getting ready for next year for buying a house. But why do I really care so much that everyone get ready to buy a house? More than anything else, it's not so much that I want you to purchase a home. More than that, I would want everyone to understand that they can. One of the biggest things that I've seen this year, as opposed to previous years, I feel like it's more intense this year than other years, has been the fact that we have such a dominant mainstream media that has really berated the normal home buying audience with these messages that houses are too expensive, that interest rates are too high, and that buying a house is actually probably one of the worst decisions that you could make. And those are all stories that, though true in some regards and in some places, may not apply everyone. And you have to understand that when I talk about buying a property, I'm talking predominantly about my licensed area. If you're not aware, I am licensed in Maryland, but I can help you all over the world, actually. I'm licensed as a CIPS Realtor, so I can do international real estate, which is a great added benefit. And we got a little guest appearance. This is Fluffy, for anybody that doesn't know. But like I said, I can help you internationally, I can help you locally in Maryland, and I can help you in all 50 states with just the network of referrals and just agents that we have all over the place that can assist professional, reliable, and trustworthy agents that know their specific market. Because like I was trying to say earlier before Fluffy came to hang out, was real estate is highly localized. It's a market and a business that really, more than anything else, depends on people in the community. I always like to say that homes need people the same way people need homes. And you'd be surprised how many places deteriorate just because of lack of care. Properties will fall apart if you don't take care of them. So really, there are tons of opportunities out in the world right now. It's just you have to have the right mindset and the right knowledge to know what you can and can't do. And one of the biggest things that I think getting ready to buy a home does is that it lets you know your numbers. It lets you know how much you can afford, where you stand in the process, and what you need to improve on if you need to. The American dream to me is really freedom. It's about being able to do what you want, when you want, and on your terms. Real estate is one of those businesses that can help you grow and expand your portfolio, create generational wealth, and achieve a level of freedom and autonomy that not too many businesses can do, especially with very little education or very little prior experience. So the wonders of real estate and how it's changed my life. The biggest thing that I wanted to show you guys was something like this. What we have today is an affordability issue. And NAR finds that typical home buyers' annual household income climbed to a record high of $107,000 in wake of rising home prices and mortgage rates. And the article goes on to talk about how interest rates and affordability have gone to a point that's so high that most first-time home buyers are being missed in the market. Yet I'd like to let you know that even this study itself found that from last year to this year, there's been a huge increase of about 16% in first-time home buyers. So though the stories might say that yes, it's becoming more difficult to qualify for a loan, it's become more difficult to purchase a home, it is not impossible. And it's all about just knowing your numbers and knowing what you need to qualify that really can make the difference in purchasing a home. You got to know who you're talking to. There are so many types of financing programs, and there are types of programs for all types of businesses, all types of professions and careers, and all types of situations. Low credit, high credit, good history, bad history. We have loans for doctors and nurses, as well as practitioners and teachers. Really, sky's the limit. It's all about knowing who you're talking to. If you didn't know, loans can be produced by one of four entities: done by a bank, by a broker. They can also be done by a credit union and a mortgage lender. Those are typically the four institutions that predominantly do lending. Each one of them has their restrictions and has their different types of requirements for each one of their programs. So be very careful and know that even though you're might have been denied for one product or one company, there are still many other companies and other ways to apply. There are other things you can work on, and there are things that you can do to increase the amount that you're making, reporting, or satisfying some sort of requirement to make it more easy for you to actually purchase the home. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of playing around with the numbers and making sure that you are reporting enough, your debt to income is enough to satisfy the loan requirements. As always, I would highly recommend that if you do go through the process of getting your credit check and go through the process of talking to a lender, to perform a hard work. You'd be doing yourself a disservice if you just get pre-qualified. It means nothing in this day and age. Even the pre-approval letters sometimes can mean nothing. And that's why as realtors, we tend to call lenders and double check and make sure that all the information is correct, that everything's been done to a T. Because if it's not the most accurate, up-to-date information, we could be running the risk of going into a transaction under contract and losing a deal, losing your dream home, because we actually don't have a loan that you can use. It really is devastating. So don't let that be. Don't let that be your situation. And do the work. Even if it's going to ding your credit about 20 points or about 30 days. I understand. If you're trying to look for a property to lease, maybe not the best suggestion to do. Maybe wait till you get the lease property if your credit is a little bit shaky. But the most important thing is that you are familiar with what's on your credit report. I would highly suggest that you go to a website like karma.com and sign up for their services, which are very good and highly reliable to at least monitor your credit. And also think about going to a place called freecreditreport.com. You're entitled to a free credit report at least once a year, and that will show you everything. It'll show you what information is on record for you and what is important that is on your record that you can maybe dispute or change or discuss with the appropriate bureaus, because there are all sorts of options when it comes to credit, foundation, a loan. Oh man, there's tons of ways to pay a service to do it. But really, the most important thing is that you are knowledgeable on what your loan could look like and what you really need to qualify for. Which loan product you want to go? Do you want to do an FHA loan? Do you want to do a VA loan? Do you want to do a conventional? Conventional is by far the hardest to qualify for, but has the highest flexibility. FHA has great programs that are down payment assistance, but have added fees that span the life of the loan. And VA is reserved for our military servicemen and women that have served. Really active and veteran service members can apply and can use that to grow portfolio. Agents have different levels of education when it comes to this career. There are all types of programs sponsored and not sponsored by the National Association of Realtors and designations and certifications that basically tell you that, hey, this realtor spent X amount of time and effort and money to get this added extra knowledge and instruction. Usually these are required classes that require tests and requiring us to pass certain courses. So I'm really proud to have all these designations and certifications. We could talk more about that another day. But really the big thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was that article, letting you guys know that it's imperative that you start figuring out your numbers for next year. Even if you don't want to buy a house next year, even if you don't think about buying a house in the next 5 years, if you don't start today to look at your numbers and understand what it takes to purchase a home in America, you may never do it. And I don't want to be doom and gloom like that, but really, I can tell you from experience, the person that I met 5 years ago, that didn't care about their credit, didn't care about where their money was going, didn't care about where they were going to be living in about 2 years, is still leasing. Whereas the client that I met 5 years ago, it was told me, hey, Hugo, I'm working at this job, I'm working at that job, and I want to buy a house. And I'm okay if it's a condo, I'm okay just starting with something small and growing from there. That client is now in a townhouse. I have people that have been able to change their own lives around and stop leasing every year or every 2 years and be in their own home. I had the honor of helping a first-time home buying couple last year purchase their first property, and they had no children, no pets, just 2 people in love wanting to buy a home. It was so rewarding, and it brought me so much joy to see them wander through their new home and start planning where they were going to put this and where they were going to put that. Honestly, it's one of the most special things that I think I get to do in real estate is do that and show people these opportunities that they have. Because I think more than anything else, and it's shocking to me that people don't realize what they can do. They don't realize what they can do with their money. They don't realize what they can do with their head. They don't realize hearts when they really put passion behind the project. It's shocking to me that I believe sometimes more of my clients than they do in themselves. But really, it's because I know it works. I've seen it in my own family. I've seen it in my loved ones. I've seen it in my friends. I've seen how starting with one condo and just paying that off and then leasing a room inside of their home, leasing a base can just bring that extra level of security. And really, it's life-changing, guys. But let me not take too much more of your time. If you guys do want to get in contact with me, speaking of intros, feel free and do so. I am online all the time, so you can find me and Google me, Hugo Quintanilla, Realtor. I've left my information down at the ticket below, so feel free and check me out. Again, yourrealtorhugo.com. Hugo LNS.com is my email, and 240-389-4846 is my phone number. Feel free to call or text me. There's no lead forms that you got to fill out. I am a real person. There's no ChatGPT you're going to be talking to, so make sure just send me a text with your questions. I am licensed in Maryland, so I can directly help you there. But like I said, I can help you with real estate questions all over the nation and all over the world now. So really, guys, thank you for tuning in. Take care. Have a great weekend.